Joined from Abu Dhabi by Dr. Nader Ghazal, Chairman of the African Asian Council for AI and Cybersecurity. Thank you, sir, for joining us this morning on this special coverage.
Thank you for hosting me.
Let's start off here by asking, is AI becoming the ultimate decision maker when it comes to conflict? And what happens when the algorithms outpace diplomacy?
Well, first of all, I think we are moving into a new era, an era of steel and Silicon Valley when we're talking about the battlefield. Yes, indeed, we are having a big shift from the old conventional wars into more algorithmic wars and more into digital wars. Having said this, I think algorithms are taking over diplomacy. You know, in diplomacy, you have the human factor, you have the latency time that you take from the, let's assume, for example, we're talking about Hormuz Straits nowadays. Let's assume that there is any standoff or escalation in the Hormuz Strait. Diplomacy will take over. Maybe we'll have some space, some window in time to have a red phone call to, to de-escalate. Meanwhile, with our new technology now, all what the system needs is to see, to detect that there is an attack or adversarial action, and the move goes on. So there is no room for human factor, there is no room for diplomacy. And of course, tactically speaking, you are winning the war, but on the strategic level, maybe you are intending, to go into a war that it was not needed.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is here with AI, in recent years, we've noticed that AI is being used to select certain targets, or target selection in general. We've seen this in several battlefields, including in Gaza. Now, if human oversight is not there, what does this mean for the split-second decisions that are made by AI? Who is responsible for the errors? Because there have been numerous errors with many civilians being killed due to these targeting.
Very important question. Ms. Reham, in fact, going back to the technical side of AI, AI is a machine that you train based on the data that you have. So according to the data that you have, the machine will act. Now, with the deep machine learning, which is a bit more advanced, this machine, it works with its algorithm in a black box. Meaning what? Meaning you've given it thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of algorithmic codes, and it's working on this code and it's coming up with the result. How would you know that the logic behind this algorithm is true? You cannot tell because it's like a black box, first of all. Secondly, let's assume that the data was well trained. I mean, this algorithm was well trained on data, but this is on paper. This is in the lab. When you go to the field, and especially the battlefield where you have chaotic situation, this machine can simulate a rod that is taken by maybe a construction worker as an RPG. So it will tell the system that, we have an adversarial act here, we have a threat, so it will react automatically. And this is what caused many of the mistakes, between brackets, I would say mistakes, because you're killing people. These are souls that are being, exhausted, and people that are dying due to a system mistake. Besides, sometimes it may cause what is called a friendly enemy, a friendly fire. I'm sorry. So, having said this, indeed, these algorithms, they are so dangerous. And all added to this, we have what we so-called the data injection or the data fusion or data poisoning. Sometimes even your enemy or your adversarial, I would say, they will inject some of the bad patterns in your data and you'll act accordingly. So again, there is always the need. It will never stop that there is a need for the humans to interact with the machine before the decision is made. In fact, let me elaborate a bit on this issue. The EU Act, which was established very recently about the use of AI, it put the AI into four categories, and from the blue, green, yellow, and of course red. Uh, when it comes to wars, this is not included. So when it comes to wars, we're talking about gray zone. who is responsible for this mistake, for killing innocent people, be it in Gaza, be it in Lebanon, be it in Iran, be it anywhere on earth. You're killing innocent people because of a mistake by the machine. Well, I would say the machine will never be judged because it's not an entity that can be judged. So the responsibility will go into the three the domain of the three parties involved. It is the first of all the those who wrote the codes, the programmers, those who analyzed, and third, and this is the most important part, those who took the decision. That's why we always need to be in the loop. I come from background of AI and cybersecurity. I would say we always tell our people, even in the peace environment, you should always be in the loop. In the loop, meaning in the process of the decision making. Now we are shifting out from in the loop to the on the loop to supervise, and would say, okay, the system will take care of the processes and then we'll make a decision. I'm really scared and afraid that we are getting out of the loop. And with this Maven, I'm sure that everybody knows about the Maven platform now.
Yes.
You know, you're
It's
putting a
scary.
lot. Yeah, of course. It's like it's a new Terminator. We were talking about the movie, the Terminator. We are seeing it happening now. This system, this platform, it can detect, it can trace, it can fuse, it can collect all in real time from intelligence from human intelligence, intelligentsia on the ground, from the radars, from the satellites, from the drones, all of them in real time, and it can react immediately. And this what makes us miss what is so called the Petrov
Yes.
moment. We all know the story of Petrov. I don't have the time to explain, but it is that incident when you have to have the human judgment, when
Yes,
human
but
have
as you
to
said there, Doctor, that technology is getting quite good at the moment, and the way or the errors are meant to be less as time passes by. Now, do you think that algorithms now can distinguish between military targets and civilian infrastructure in real time, or are we a long way away from that?
Well, I would say 90% it's accurate with, if I'm talking about a good system now, a well-tested system, 90% is accurate. But when it comes, like, for example, you're fighting fighters or combatants in a civilian environment. Oh, this is catastrophic
Mm.
because the system, it will have a lot of bugs and noise to differentiate who is a civilian person and who is not. And again, as I said earlier, a rod in the hand of a construction worker can be translated or interpreted in the system as an RPG. So the difference in the escalation will happen again. Unfortunately, I would say we are we are enjoying the speed of reaction and the accuracy, but on the account of judgment and wisdom and humanity.
Okay, if we can head back to the idea that we spoke about, or at least I spoke about earlier, there was a report about YouTube removing these Lego videos that the Iranians were hitting out at the Trump administration. What do you think of these bans? Is the censorship, because this isn't the only thing that the internet is being censored on, how can humans deal with the censorship? The internet, when it first started, was very easily accessible. You could access all sorts of information. Where are we today?
Okay, unfortunately, now we are living in the war of narrative. Who has the better narrative, he will win the war, or at least win high percent of the war. Both parties, they worked on this quite strongly. But when we're talking about, for example, the Lego issue here with the YouTube, well, I wished that this banning and this censorship is applied everywhere on all levels. When we had the Gaza, for example, war, we didn't see this happening in that way. But anyways, again, this is a dehumanizing people, and that's not good. And of course, this censorship. Is it a disguised censorship? I don't know, but definitely, both parties are using the deep fake, are using falsy information. It's about the narrative. They know that, changing the public opinion is a good part of winning the war. So unfortunately, there is no rule that is applying in the war during ethics. Everybody is trying his
Yes.
best with whatever tools they have, regardless whether it's legal, it's ethical, it's humane.
I'm glad you brought that up there. Now, the use of AI propaganda, disinformation, specifically disinformation, has been a tool in the hands of many, including, non-state actors as well. How do you see the progress when it comes to the use of AI propaganda in the next few years? Are we going to be able to tell the difference between reality and what's fake?
Well, I'm happy that we have a new terminology now for the propaganda using AI. It's being called slopaganda. And I like this terminology because, in fact, it tells that this is a cheap way of misleading others. All what you need now is to go to one of those, even free applications and create your own AI, and you have your platform, your network, and there you go. You can have it. It goes viral. And unfortunately, we are emotionally fatigued. We have, we've been abused with those of viral videos, whether it's fake, whether it's true. I mean, what can be considered as genuine? That's a very, very good question. The good part of it, look at the food part of the cup. I would say it should build in everybody's behavior that critical thinking, that we should be more skeptical than before. We should think and ask the question: is it genuine? Is it authentic? Is it true? Besides that, of course, there are several means. I don't think that we have the time to discuss that, but we have several means that can tell us whether this video is genuine, whether it's authentic, or it's just another game of deep fake and AI, AI generated.